Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Championship Tuesday. This is the championship game of the 2026 Colt League World Series. And what a matchup we have for you tonight, as it is going to be the Bronx, New York, taking on Team Marion here in game number 19 of this Colt World Series. Good evening to you. It's Dave McKenzie here with the call tonight. We are so glad to have you and really, truly looking forward to this matchup between these two teams. And it has been a battle all the way through this tournament. This started back on Friday morning at 9 a.m. when the Bronx, New York team, and quite the story for this Bronx team, they are playing in the Asia Pacific Zone Championship in the bracket. As a team from Japan actually won that, but they were not able to get all of their players here with the necessary travel documents. So Pony had to name a replacement. The Bronx get that assignment, and they have absolutely cruised through this tournament. They beat Simi Valley to start things off on Friday, 5-4. They beat Southern Illinois in game number 13, 3-2. Then they had to beat Southern Illinois in game number 17, and they lost 4-3. And then they come back today and played Southern Illinois for a third time to advance here to the championship game. Just how the bracket works out, and they get to win 2-1 this afternoon. So Bronx, New York is going to be the the home team here in this contest tonight. And we'll go through their defensive setup as we go along. Marion, on the other hand, they are the visitors, and they are batting first, and we are underway here at 7:02 Central Time in Marion. It's going to be Dax Randolph, Jack Dodson, Hayden Lang. If anybody gets on, Cruz Kester, and a fly ball lifted toward left as Davrick DeJesus makes the catch in left field for out number one. One up, one down here from Mountain Dew Park. Defensively for Bronx, you heard us mention Davrick DeJesus in left, Jeremias Perez in center. It'll be Tommy Polino in right, Rogerline Polino at third, Roldani Vasquez is at short, Yidri Suarez at second, Anthony Basilio at first. Doing the catching, Brian Cuevas, and on the mound, Deidre Bondre takes the bump. One ball, one strike, one out here at the Colt League World Series. Mountain Dew Park, if you're not familiar, home for the Thrillville Thrillbillies, a member of the Prospect League. Just wrapped up their baseball season this past Saturday night. Mountain Dew Park, 320 down the line, 400 to straightaway center field, and a beautiful night for baseball here in Marion. And you'll see that virtually clear skies here over the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Jack Dodson. Dodson, little chopper to the right side, fielded there by Basilio, flips it over to his first baseman, but the speed of Jack Dodson outruns the play, and Dodson is aboard with an infield single to get things going for Marion. Coming up, it's going to be Hayden Lang. Lang batting from the right side. And takes a pitch outside to throw back in time as Brian Cuevas was able to pick off Jack Dodson at first. He had come off the bag a little bit too far. The throw behind the runner and the put out eliminates that base runner for Marion. And Hayden Lang is at the plate with a 1-0 pitch on the way from Bondre. It's low. Behind the plate tonight, Mr. John Massengale. Story about Mr. Massengale. He's from Europe, from Britain. And he is just a fantastic umpire, and he flies over, he and his wife, and they spend the week here in Marion so he can call these games, and he is a very, very good umpire behind the plate. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Hayden Lang, the Carterville native, picks up the walk. He'll make his way down to first base. It's going to bring up Cruz Kester. Kester, the Benton native, hits from the right side for Team Marion. Two down with runner on. Slight breeze moving right to left here at Mountain Dew Park. The pitch from Bondre catches the outside corner for strike 1. Deidre Bondre throws that one up high. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kester up on top of the plate, swings and misses. 75 on the gun from Bondre on that pitch. Bondre looks over at the runner in Lang, comes to the plate, and that's fouled out of play to the right. These games, as we mentioned, started back Friday morning at 9 o'clock. 4 games on Friday, 4 on Saturday, and then on Elimination Day Sunday, there were 5 games. About 15, 16 hours worth of baseball on Sunday. There's a liner toward short, 1 hopper. Vasquez throws across, not in time, so Marion's got something brewing here in the top of the first inning. An infield single as Lang advances to second. 2 on now with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Hayden Harris. Harris from Marion, Illinois. Right here where we're located with Mountain Dew Park. This is a team from Marion that is put together from various travel ball teams for the summer. Almost like an all-star team playing here for the championship tonight. That misses. 1 ball, no strikes. As Deidre Bondre looks in, comes home, throws it up high. 2 balls, no strikes. And that hit toward right field, and the catch made out there by Tommy Paulino for out number 3. So Marion starts off with a couple of base runners, but they can't push them across. And there's no score at the end of 1/2 inning here from the 2026 Colt League World Series. It's the bottom of the first with Bronx, New York coming to the plate. In this tournament, they had to beat Simi Valley, which they did 5-4. We mentioned earlier they played Southern Illinois, the Southern Illinois team. There are two teams here for the host city. There's this Marion team that is playing in the championship, and then there is a Southern Illinois region team that played, and they had to beat that Southern Illinois squad 3 times. They won 3-2 in game 13. They lost game 17 4-3, and that set up the game this afternoon at 1 o'clock, in which they beat Southern Illinois for a third time 2-1. The Bronx did to advance to this game. Roldani Vasquez is the batter as he shows bunt, pulls it back on the mound. Braden Bethel for Marion. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be Roldani Vasquez, Brian Cuevas, and Jeremiah Perez. If anybody gets on, Thierry Padre, in a ground ball to first. Unassisted put out for Ethan Atkinson. So it's going to be Brian Cuevas that comes to the plate. Of course, the Colt World Series began more than 70 years ago, back in 1953. Just a great tournament this year. Curveball from Bethel. Let's set his defense in left. It's going to be Hayden Lang, Landon Boyd in center, Jack Dodson in right, Hayden Harris at third, Dax Randolph at short, Abram Tarleton at second, Ethan Atkinson at first, Gabe Hauser doing the catching for his battery mate, Braden Bethel. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Outfield is playing in here at Mountain Dew Park. That's over the head of Cuevas. 320 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. As the shadows are starting to creep across the field, we'll be under the lights here in just a little bit. The pitch from Bethel, that misses low. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike. That's right down the pipe. Runs the count full now. Bethel is a Marion native, playing on his stadium turf here, and right back up the middle for Cuevas. Single to get things going for the Bronx here in this first inning. Jeremiah Perez will come to the plate, the center fielder. Gives a tap to the catcher, Gabe Hauser, as all these players do. Great sportsmanship shown between the teams here in the tournament. And Perez also greets the umpire, John Massingale, and on the throw down, it was Cuevas. It just took off, picks up the steal. So he's put himself in scoring position after that stolen base. Perez has asked for time, and it's granted. Comes back in. Braden Bethel comes set, the right-hander. Looks twice at the runner, comes home. Lifted toward left center field. Who's going to take it? Lang or Boyd? Boyd calls off Lang. Makes the catch and gets it in quickly for out number 2. Keeps Cuevas at second base. Good communication out there in the outfield. And, of course, the unofficial rule is it's the center fielder's ball. If he calls for it, you let him have it. He is the general in the outfield. And Landon Boyd is a good one there in center field for Team Marion. At the plate now, Thierry Padre, the pitcher, batting here in the 4-hole. Padre hits from the right side. From Bronx, New York, plays on Team Grand Slam. All of these players do. for New York. Except for, well, nope, they all play for Team Grand Slam, and they get Cuevas at third. He ventured too far off trying to get down there, and a throw out from Hauser eliminates the runner at third. 2-5 on the put out for the third out. And so Bondre will come to the plate here when we come back in the second inning. Marion's coming back to the plate from the Colt League World Series. Top of the second inning with Marion coming to the plate. Deidre Bondre's thrown 19 pitches in that first inning. Works his second inning of work here. A wonderful crowd here for the Colt League World Series. You see there in the background, we got some cornhole being played up in the 618 line drive area here at the ballpark. People have their food. It's a perfect night for baseball temperature-wise, as this is the last game. This tournament for 2026 will come to a conclusion, and we'll crown the 2026 Colt League World Series champions. It's going to be leading things off Ethan Atkinson, the first baseman. Atkinson from Brookport, Illinois, which is south down toward the metropolis area. As Atkinson has a strike on him. The pitch from Bondre. Lifted infield right side. First baseman Basilio camps under it and can't get it. Bounces just to his right. Didn't really look comfortable getting under that, and Suarez was there, and even Bondre was there. So it's going to be a single, as Basilio didn't even touch it. So an infield hit for Atkinson is going to bring up the catcher, Gabe Hauser. Hauser, a Centralia, Illinois native. And their team nickname is the Centralia Orphans. So Atkinson batting here with a runner aboard, nobody on. Atkinson from the right side, the pitch from Bondre. That's fouled off into the netting here behind home plate. The entire tournament, we have had magnificent weather for this year's tournament. For the first three, and it's a perfect night tonight here for baseball. Abram Tarleton. Tarleton from Marion. Bats from the right side with the runner on. Takes one down central for a strike. 74 from Deidre Bondre. Bondre, the left-hander, has thrown a couple times in this tournament. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. 74 from Padre. Outfield playing straight away. They're deep in left with DeJesus, and that's fouled straight back. With one out, the runner at first. And Ethan Atkinson on deck. It's going to be Landon Boyd. He's the number 9 hitter for this Marion team. Padre looks at the runner at first, and Atkinson comes home. That's lifted toward right. Tommy Paulino, he moves under it, looks up, shades his eyes for just a second, makes the catch. 2 down. And so Landon Boyd will come to the plate. Landon Boyd is from Anna, Jonesboro. Anna, about 25 miles here from Marion. Just down I-57. With 2 down, the runner at first, the pitch from Padre, lifted into the seats left side. And out of play. One of the things that they do here at the Colt League World Series, it's not like Major League Baseball where there's an unlimited supply of baseballs. That's not the case with Colt League. So you'll watch the kids scramble for the foul ball. Throw down to second base to try to get Atkinson. Throw goes into center. He is on his way to third. He's going to stand up at third to stolen base. And the error on the throw is going to put Atkinson at third base and a runner in scoring position 90 feet away. But back to the foul balls. Kids will take the foul balls back down to the dugout, and they're given a token for free ice cream from Culver's, which is just across from the park. Long fly ball by Landon Boyd is caught out in left field for out number 3. Marion strands 1. That was Atkinson at third. Can't score anything here in the second. No score as we head to the bottom of the second with the Bronx coming to the plate. Bottom of the second inning with the Bronx, New York squad coming to the plate. It's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Padre, Rogerline Polino, and then Anthony Basilio. If anybody gets on, Yadri Suarez. No runs on 2 hits for Marion. No runs on 1 hit for New York. And they've already committed 2 errors here in 2 innings. As Braden Bethel continues to throw. The right-hander steps upon the rubber. Outfield straight away. Swing and a miss. 86 off the hands of Braden Bethel. Little bit of sunshine left. really affecting center fielder. It's off to his right. And will be completely in the shade, and the lights will start taking their gradual effect as we go through the evening here. Thierry Bondre was at the plate when Brian Cavis was gunned down at third trying to steal. Here's the pitch from Bethel. Check swing, didn't go. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bethel wears number 18. Marion in their blue jerseys with the red numbers on the back. Blue, dark blue. Letters on the back as well, and that away. Runs the count full, 3-2. We had a game earlier today. This Bronx team had to beat Southern Illinois and did so. 2-1. Bondre gets the walk. So now it's going to be Rogeline Polino. Polino, third baseman, his first trip to the plate here tonight. Polino will bat from the right side. For Marion, it's Lang, Boyd, Dodson, left to right. Harris, Randolph, Tarleton, and Atkinson. As we've got a courtesy runner for Marion. For Bronx. It's going to be Derek Purnett. That is the courtesy runner here for the pitcher, Thierry Bondre. That is too far inside. Ball 1 to Rogeline Polino. Purnett, the runner at first. Bethel from the stretch, comes home. Curveball hangs inside. Had a brief conversation with Jason Varner, the head coach of this Marion team. Got to spend a few minutes with him before the game chatting, and I said one of the things that I admire about the coaching staff in this Colt World Series is how they have to use their pitchers. And he told me that he was going to be starting Braden Bethel, and he said before the tournament starts, you have to kind of set up a game plan and be thinking all the way through. If I make it through, how am I going to do this? And he says we were pretty well able to stay within that game plan. No real big changes. So Bethel gets the start here tonight against this New York team. So there is a pitch count and a maximum number of pitches these players can throw in a 24-hour time frame. That number's 95. Now, they may throw 95, 96, but they get to finish the batter once they hit that 95 threshold. So they get to finish that at bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the runner on, and Bondre taken low for ball 4. So the first 2 have reached for Bronx, New York. Here in this second inning, it's going to bring up Anthony Basilio. Basilio, the first baseman, wears number 27, and we got a timeout. As they just want to have a pep talk with Braden Bethel. And I say more, probably a defensive strategy conversation with the infield. How are they going to play? All of these teams that come in from all around the world, Pony Baseball brings them in. So Basilio digs in, but back to my thoughts. All of these teams, everything that it takes to get them all here to Marion. You talk about the teams that we had here. Tijuana, Mexico, Bronx, New York, Simi Valley, California, Austria were here, Bay City, Michigan, Youngstown, Ohio, and then, of course, 2 local teams in this tournament. Puerto Rico was here. Harlingen, Texas was here. And it's just a really great tournament. And the games have all been fantastic this year. Here's the pitch from Bethel. That's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. There was only one 10-run rule game, and that was yesterday morning. Youngstown beat Texas 13-0. Liner towards second, going to allow it to hit, flip to second for 1, and they get that runner Paulino. So it's going to be a fielder's choice for Basilio. 4-6 on the putout for Paulino. That's the first out. Badre moves to third. Panette, the courtesy runner for Badre, moves to third, and now it's going to be Yadri Suarez. Suarez, second baseman here this afternoon or this evening. And he's got runners at the corners with 1 out, so New York threatening to score. Marion trying to keep him from scoring. But they'll give up a run for a double play. They're back at double play depth up the middle. Double play depth at the corners as well. That pitch from Braden Bethel. In for a strike. Bethel comes set. Now to the plate. Throws it away. Nice block by Hauser. This ball was in the dirt. Basilio does take second. But it does keep the Panette, the runner at third, from coming home. So now both runners are in scoring position. Single could score 2 here for the Bronx. Bethel's pitch. Foul down the right field line. 6 umpires being used here tonight. 1 at each base. And an umpire down the left field and the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braden Bethel, the pitcher for Marion from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Chop foul there at the plate. Count stays 1 and 2. Outfield is pretty shallow for Suarez. Langen left. Landon Boyd really shallow in center. And Jack Dodson in right. But those guys have speed. They can get back on it if it gets in the air toward them. That is fouled off out of play. It's going to come back in. You can hear it roll down the roof. Falls forward, and there is some free ice cream from Culver's for somebody that turns that ball in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bethel steps off. I was actually given a courtesy coin so I can get my own Culver's ice cream. Here's the pitch from Bethel. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Going to have to throw down to finish the strikeout, and they do. So 2 down, and now it's going to be Darbrick de Jesus. Darbrick de Jesus. All of these players except for Darbrick are from the Bronx. Darbrick lists his address as New York, New York. That pitch from Bethel is up high for ball one. "16 years old." This is the 16U tournament, so it's 14, 15, and 16s. Simi Valley coming into this tournament, the West Zone champion. Overall had the youngest roster out of all the teams here. So you heard us talk about the Bronx. They're actually playing in the Asian zone as the Asian zone champion. That's in the dirt, gets away. The runner coming in from third. Panette scores, and the pass ball gives the Bronx the early lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And Basilio was able to move up to third, so he's 90 feet away. 1-0, Bronx, New York. They are the home team in this game as we bat here in the bottom of the second. So New York, this Bronx squad is playing in place of Team Japan, who was the Asia Pacific Zone champion. They were not able to make the trip here, so a replacement team was announced, and it was this Bronx team. They've done very well. The South Zone champion was Harlingen, Texas. The North Zone champion was Bay City, Michigan. The East Zone champion was Youngstown, Ohio. And as we said, the West Zone champion, Simi Valley. Also, you had Caribbean champion from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. You had the Mexico champion. And a ball and a walk issued to DeJesus. Tijuana, Mexico was the Mexican zone champion. So at first base, Darbrick DeJesus after the walk. Runners at the corners. Darbrick takes off. Throw down, not in time, winds up in center field. Here comes Basilio to score from third. And the Bronx, New York have added two here in the bottom of the second inning. Stolen base by DeJesus. As it was being fielded, was swiped, and the ball wound up in short center field. And that's what allowed Basilio to score from third. So now DeJesus in scoring position, pitch away for a ball. 81 from Braden Bethel. Bethel still works from the stretch. That's down the middle. 4 called strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bethel, couple peeks at the runner, lifted towards center. Landon Boyd comes in a few steps, makes the catch for out number 3. And that ends the second inning. And the Bronx score 2. They lead it 2-0. We're heading to the top of the third inning here at the Colt League World Series. Top of the third inning with Marion batting here. They are the visiting team. Top of the order as well. Dex Randolph, Jack Dodson, Hayden Lang. If anybody gets on, Cruz Kester, what a play at third. And the long throw, Rogerline Paulino. Had to go down and get that one, jumped up, fired off a fantastic throw. 5-3 on the putout. What a play from Paulino. We'll see if we had a replay on that. So Jack Dodson. Dodson, the Carterville native, is one of those players that is going to play his last game here at the Colt League World Series tonight. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, will be the first day of official football practice, as that starts in the state of Illinois coming up tomorrow, August 5th. So just all-around good athlete in Jack Dodson. I have the pleasure of calling games for football, basketball for Carterville. So very familiar with these guys, some of these guys on this Marion team. And a lot of the players, because you watch them all year long. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in this third inning. Padre still on the mound for Bronx, New York. The count now full to Dodson. Dodson singled and was picked off in the first inning. And that's a walk that's issued to Dodson. So you may see his speed put on display when he gets on back. Now it's going to be Hayden Lang. Hayden, another Carterville native. Hayden pitched 2 games ago. It was against Youngstown, and Marion beat them 8-3. Throw down. Told you Dodson was going to show his speed. He does, as he winds up with a stolen base. But Hayden went 6 innings in that win over Youngstown and struck out 11 players. He's an outstanding pitcher. Playing left here tonight, he turns on this one but pulls it foul and out of play. Cruz Kester on deck for Marion. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Jack Dodson, the runner, at second base. Here's the pitch from Padre. Dodson takes off, easy stolen base with no throw. He had a great jump out at second. Now he's 90 feet away from scoring. A little bit of a breeze here blowing in at Mountain Dew Park. Hayden Lang waiting on the pitch, fouls this one straight back. So here's Padre. That's pulled foul again. The ball winds up down the grassy berm. Mine is the sound effect you may hear in the background when you see people chasing like that. Padre's pitch lined into left field. Gets down for a base hit. The first run for Marion scores. The ball gets past De Jesus and left. Around second, on his way to third. It's going to be a single and an error for Hayden Lang as he winds up at third base. As the ball just got past left fielder Darbrick De Jesus. Now Cruz Kester comes to the plate. Kester with an opportunity at an RBI here. Kester from Benton lines this one down the line in right field, and it drops in for a base hit. Tie ball game as Hayden Lang comes to the plate. Give the RBI to Cruz Kester, an RBI single. And we have a tie ball game here in the top of the third inning. And manager Jeffrey Gutierrez wants to go out and talk to his pitcher, Badre, and talk to his squad as Marion has tied it up here in the top of the second inning, 2-2. So everybody back to their positions after a quick chat. And now it's going to be Hayden Harris that comes to the plate. Hayden popped out to right his first time up. That was back in the first inning, and that ended the inning. So 2 runs have scored for Marion here in Jack Donson and Hayden Lang. And the runner at third is Cruz Kester. Hayden Harris at the plate. Hayden, a third baseman. Looks at the pitch, lines it towards center. Going back on it is Perez. Perez makes the catch. Kester tags at third. Marion has scored 3, and they lead it 3-2 here in the third inning. Two down. And that's going to bring up Ethan Atkinson. Atkinson out of Brookport, Illinois. He hits with the bases empty. 2 down here in the third inning. Dodson scored. Lang scored. Kester scored. That's fouled out of play. So 3 runs on 4 hits. Marion has committed 1 error. Bronx, New York, 2 runs on 1 hit. They've committed 3 errors, which is kind of odd. They've not really been a team that commits errors in this tournament. They had 3 here in the game. That is pulled foul off the wall. It's going to bounce back in to left field. So Atkinson back in. The pitch from Bondre fouled back. Good battle here between these two. Outfield is straight away. De Jesus in left. Perez in center. Paulino in right. It's Roger Lean Paulino at third. Vasquez, Suarez, Basilio at first. Cuevas, the catcher. Here's the pitch from Bondre. Swing and a miss. Hits the dirt. Cuevas steps out and completes the strikeout. But what a productive inning for Team Marion as they score 3 and they regain the lead here. So we head to the bottom of the third inning with the Bronx, New York team coming to plate. 3-2 is our score here from Mountain Dew Park.
To explore. There's an adventure tailored for every taste bud and passion. Our breathtaking lakes offer endless possibilities for adventure. Rent boats, jet skis, or kayaks, and explore our world. Visit Southern Illinois. Start your adventure today.
New pitcher for Marion here in the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be Fisher Watts, the Marion native, that takes over for Braden Bethel. So Fisher Watts, the right-hander. It's the only change that we've seen here for Marion other than just the pitching here. Hayden Lang in left, Boyd in center, Donson in right. Hayden Harris at third, Randolph at short, Charlton at second, Atkinson at first. Gabe Hauser catches and batting for the Bronx here. Number 9 hitter in Tommy Paulino. This is his first plate appearance here tonight in a 3-2 ball game, championship game for the title of 2026 Colt League World Series. The pitch from Watts, outside corner 83. Outfield straight away for Marion. That's fouled back. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Watts. Called, 3rd strike. Gets Tommy Paulino looking. So the Bronx, they have struck out 2 times here tonight. Top of the order we go. Rodani Vasquez. Vasquez, the batter. Correction. Brian Cuevas. So that was Vasquez on the strikeout for out number 1. So here's Cuevas. As Fisher Watts lines this toward the gap in right center field. It's going to get down. And it is going to go all the way to the warning track. Cuevas around first. On his way to second. Now chugging his way to third. And he's in with a stand-up triple for Bronx, New York. And Cuevas very excited as he hits the bag at third, as is the dugout to our right. Cuevas tagged that one all the way to the wall. And he is 2 for 2 here in this game. So it's Jeremiah Perez that digs in now. And a chance for the Bronx to tie this game as they trail 3-2. That's a strike down the middle from Fisher Watts. 76 on the gun. Playing even with the bag at the corners. Check swing, strike 2. On deck, Thierry Bondre. As Fisher Watts comes set, the pitch, line towards center. Charging hard, making the catch is Boyd. Throw to the plate is in time. What a gun! Landon Boyd throws a bullet. And Brian Cuevas is gunned down at the plate, tagging up on the fly ball by Perez. What a defensive play from Landon Boyd as Team Marion goes out to meet him as he comes in toward the dugout. Wow, what a play.
How low can you go? This time for Lippo. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you so much, Kenny. I have 3 fantastic contestants ready to see.
Defensive play of the game was made there in the bottom of the third inning. As you see Cuevas, the runner at third, there's the fly ball. It was Boyd charging hard, throw, and what a block at the plate. I didn't get that the first time with Gabe Hauser, as he kept Cuevas from being able to get to the play, and that ended the threats. Beautiful play.
Now pitching for the Bronx, New York. Number 23, Rogerline Paulino.
So Rogerline
Batting, leading off.
Polino takes over on the mound for Bondre.
Number 2, number 14, Gabe Hauser.
We'll get the other defensive changes for you. Fly ball towards center. And Perez makes the catch for out number 1 of Gabe Hauser.
Now batting, the second baseman.
So now it's going to be Abram Tarleton. Tarleton flew out to right back in the second inning. Roger Lean Polino moved over from third to take over for Badre. This is hit towards center. Perez camps under it, makes out number two. 2 up, 2 down. So now it is Anthony Basilio is in left. Perez stays in center. Tommy Polino in right. Deandre Beaudry now is at first. That's into right field for a base hit. After a diving attempt from Suarez. And Landon Boyd singles.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Dax Randolph.
And Darbrick DeJesus now is at third base. So he moved from left to third. So that's the changes we've got. Basilio in left defensively. DeJesus at third. Beaudry goes to first from the mound. And now Rogerline Polino catching with the runner aboard. This is top of the order, Dax Randolph. Randolph is flown to left, grounded to third. Bats here with Landon Boyd, the runner, at first. Rogerline Polino, the right-hander, from the stretch. Comes set, comes home. Chopped left side, charging. DeJesus, tough play, and easy infield hit for Randolph as he was able to. That was going to be a tough play for DeJesus. A slow chopper up the third base line. So an infield hit for Randolph. And now Jack Dodson comes back to the plate. 3-2 is our score. Marion is now got 6 hits. 3 runs on 6 hits. Bronx, 2 runs on 2 hits. Rogerline Polino looks at that runner at second. Once, twice, now comes home. A little bit low for a ball. Winner of this game will be crowned the 2026 Colt League World Series champion. That's Chop. Third base side and going foul. DeJesus charged hard, smartly let it go foul. Everybody resets now. Paulino. That's hit toward the hole at second, making a nice play. Suarez throws, and first baseman Bondre couldn't handle the throw. 1 run comes around in Landon Boyd. He scores from second. And I believe that may be a throwing error on Suarez. As Randolph winds up over at third. That will be E4 for Dodson to reach. And now left fielder Hayden Lang to the plate. Lang has walked and was stranded. Singled and then took third on an error. by left fielder DeJesus. And Lang scored the second run of the game for Marion. 4-2 is our score right now. Lang takes one inside as Dodson takes second base on the stolen base. No throw from Cuevas. Outfield is deep for Lang. Playing straight away. Infield is back. 1 ball, no strikes. That's line down the third base line. Base hit for Hayden Lang. That's going to bring home another run. Here comes the second run. 2 more come across from Marion. A 2 RBI double for Hayden Lang. Randolph scores from third. Dodson scores from second. And Marion has blown this game wide open. They lead it 6-2. Cruz Kester comes to the plate now. Lang very excited after that 2 RBI double. Now, Cruz Kester facing Rogerline Polino. Polino looks back at Lang, now throws, and that's a strike. 76 from the right-hander Polino. Six runs, 8 hits for Marion. That's towards short. Vasquez gloves, throws for out number 3. 6-3 on the putout, but Marion able to bring 3 runs across as they have scored 6 runs, and they lead it 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here with the Colt League World Series. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Bronx, New York. They trail Marion 6-2. It's going to be Thierry Padre, who is now at first base. Padre, Rogerline Polino, who is now the pitcher. And then Anthony Basilio, who is now the left fielder. Darbrick DeJesus in that 8 hole is at third base now. Thierry Padre at the plate. That one's away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-2 is our score. This Bronx team scored their 2 runs there in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Marion came right back, took the lead 3-2, top of the 3rd. And they tack on 3 more here in the 4th. They lead it 6-2, and a leadoff walk for Padre. That's going to bring up Rogerline Polino. Polino grounded out.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 23.
Correction, walked, and then was out on a force play at second. If anybody gets on here after Paulino and Basilio, it'll be Suarez. It'll come to the plate. Nobody down, the runner on. They throw over, check the runner at first. That was a lot closer than it should have been. Baudry gets over, standing up, but it was close. So Fisher Watts working this bottom of the fourth inning. The right-hander throws over, checks again. This time Baudry a lot quicker to get in there. That is hit toward left. Lang makes a sliding catch. That was sinking on Lang as he came in, and he had to kind of get to his knees to get that one. He does so. Nice play defensively by Lang. So one down, and now Anthony Basilio to the plate. Basilio reached on a fielder's choice. He scored the second run of the game for the Bronx. He bats here with the runner at first and Baudry. Watts comes home. The pitch on the corner. 84 from Fisher Watts. He's set. That's a little bit further off the plate. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the second game of the day as this New York team had to beat Southern Illinois for a third time this afternoon. And they win 2-1 to play in this championship game. That's a slow hopper towards short. And a late throw from Randolph. He looked at second to see if he had enough time to make the throw to second for the force out. He didn't, and then by the time he looked back to first, Basilio was already down the line. So that'll be an infield hit for Anthony Basilio. That's going to bring up Yaedri Suarez.
Pitch hitting for the Bronx, New York, number 7, Daniel Rojas.
Correction, it's going to be Rojas. Janil Rojas. That bats for Suarez. Rojas wears number 7 on his jersey, and he bats here in the 4th inning. Two balls and 2 strikes to Rojas. Correct, no, sorry. First pitch to Rojas. Looked at the scoreboard and they hadn't cleared it yet. So a strike there for evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fisher Watts. Little check swing towards second. They get the force at second. And shortstop Dax Randall, his throw to first. Yeah, they're going to say it was interference. There was a reason when Dax Shepard Randolph tried to make the throw to first, he just spiked the ball, and it looked like the runner in Basilio had gotten into him. And so it is going to be 4-6 on the putout. of Basilio.
Sam, take it away.
Oh, I wonder why we call it Sam Says. Right? Anyway.
So a new pitcher now for Bronx, New York. It's going to be Jeremiah Perez that comes in on relief of Rogeline Polino. He goes back to third base. So the defensive changes we have and the setup defensive for New York squad. Anthony Basilio in left. Tommy Paulino now in center. Matthew Lara is in right. Rogeline Polino back at third. Rodani Vasquez stays at short. Jamil Rojas is at second. Thierry Badre is at first. Cuevas stays at the plate. Now Jeremias Perez on the mound. Six to two ball game. As Marion scored 3 runs in the third, 3 in the fourth, and they bat here in this 5th inning. Hayden Harris, Ethan Atkinson, and then Gabe Hauser. If anybody gets on, Abram Tarleton. Here's the pitch from Perez. Up high, Harris holds off. 1 ball, no strikes. So here is the 1-0. That catches the corner. 78. This is the championship game. The winner will be the Colt League World Series champion. Tap foul toward third. So now Harris climbs back in. Perez looks like he's having some issues getting comfortable out there. That's fouled straight back.
This might come down. There it is.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris lets that one go. It's 2-2. So Harris, Atkinson, Hauser, Tarleton, if anybody gets on. Great crowd here tonight to watch this championship game. Of course, it helps that it's a local team that's playing, and Harris gets the walk. And now it's going to be Ethan Atkinson.
First baseman, number 7, Ethan Atchison.
That's fouled straight back by Atkinson. Ethan singled. He struck out in the third. Atkinson batting here in this 5th inning. Sharply hit to third, throw to second for 1, and sailing the throw to first. So Harris is retired on his way to second. 5-4 on the putout for out number 1. It'll be an error.
Now batting the catcher, number
4. Gabe Hauser now to the plate. Hauser hits from the right side. 1 down. Pitch high. Ball 1. Bronx outfield playing straight away. Deep and left and center. The pitch popped up right side, giving chase as Bondre looks up and the ball into the seats. As Rojas and Lara all gave chase at second and in right field. Abram Tarleton, the on-deck man. If Tarleton, anybody gets on, it'll be Boyd who's in the hole. Chop foul toward the third base dugout. Six runs for Marion, 8 hits. Bronx 2 runs on 3 hits. Boy, Cuevas wanted that. He framed it there for umpire John Massengale. Didn't get the call. It was close. Just did not get the call. As the throw goes into center field. And winding up at third base is Atkinson. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for Gabe Hauser, who walked.
courtesy running at first base, number
So it's going to be Vance Burford. That is the courtesy runner for the catcher, Gabe Hauser. Ground ball towards second. Flip to short for one. First, got him. 4-6-3 on the double play. And that ends this fifth inning. The top half of the fifth, with the Bronx, New York team getting ready to come to the plate. 6-2 is our score here from Mountain Dew Park for the 2026 Colt League World Series. Bottom of the fifth inning. As Bronx, New York comes to the plate. They trail 6-2. And it is going to be Darbrick DeJesus at the plate for the Bronx. I believe this may actually be a pinch hitter. We'll get the number for you coming up. That pitch catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled straight back. So it's Laura that is hitting. Matthew Laura. That's a fly out toward left for out number 1 as Hayden Lang gets to that one. 1 down. So Laura actually was hitting in the place of DeJesus. So now it's Tommy Paulino. Paulino batting here. One down with Paulino. Paulino here tonight. His second plate appearance, he struck out looking. That's a ways off the plate. So Fisher Watts continues to throw. That one's high. Full count now for Tommy Paulino. As Fisher Watts working from the windup. Comes to the plate, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. 83 from Fisher Watts for the strikeout. That is out number 2 here in the 5th inning. Remember, New York is the home team in this game. Top of the order we go. Roldani Vasquez comes to the plate. He's grounded out and struck out looking. Bats here with 2 down in the 5th inning. That pitch taken for strike 1. Time running out here for the Bronx. They need some offense, as Marion's pitching has held them to 3 hits. That's fouled onto the concourse level here at Mountain Dew Park. Here is the pitch, lifted toward left center field. Lang is going to let it hit in front. So hit number 4 for New York, and that's off the bat of Roldani Vasquez. And now Brian Cuevas, the catcher, takes off the shin guards as he starts to approach the plate here. He's 2 for 2 tonight. A single, triple, and he was gunned down at the plate on a fantastic throw from Landon Boyd as Cuevas was trying to tag up. That was back in the 3rd. Defensive play of the game to keep Cuevas from scoring, because Landon Boyd delivered a rocket home and a fantastic tag by Gabe Hauser to put the tag on Cuevas. No balls, 1 strike from Fisher Watts as he checks the runner at first. That's Vasquez, the runner at first. They throw over again, and he's able to get in as the ball dribbles away from Ethan Atkinson. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Runner aboard. Watts pitch off the plate. Throw down behind the runner. He gets back in. So they are really paying attention to Roldani Vasquez at first. This pitch, didn't miss by much. Just off the plate. Marion playing for its 3rd Colt World Series title. They won it back-to-back years, 21-22. Throw down to get Vasquez, not in time. He's in with a head-first slide. Southern Illinois won the title. The other regional team, 2019. Marion won it 21 and 22. Southern Illinois won it in 23. The Texas squad won it last year. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brian Cuevas at the plate. Fisher, Watts comes set. His pitch misses inside, and a walk issued to Cuevas.
Now batting. The pitcher, number 38, Jeremiah Perez.
So Perez steps to the plate now. Perez has been to the plate twice. And he's flown out twice to center field.
Courtesy running at first base. Number 8, Derek Panett.
Panett back on as the courtesy runner. So Perez batting from the right side. Here's the pitch. He lines it in to left field for a base hit. Taking a look like he was going to head home, but Vasquez stopped short at third. So now it's bases loaded for the Bronx. They have something going with 2 down. A walk, a base hit, a walk, and a single by Perez.
First baseman, number 21.
So it's the cleanup hitter,
Baudry.
Thierry Baudry. Singled and scored in the second. He scored the first run of the game for New York. They scored 2 in the second. So Marion wants to have a conversation about what they're going to do defensively. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Here's the pitch. That's slap foul. So this tournament started here. 2018 was the first year. And it was Levittown, Puerto Rico that was the champion, with Seoul, South Korea, the runner-up. That's a check swing and gets Baudry the strikeout for the third out. And we are heading to the top of the 6th inning. Bases were left stranded. First, second, and third. 6-2 is our score. Six-2 is our score here. As it is Marion coming to the plate. Before the break, I was going through the list. This tournament, the Colt League World Series, moved here from Indiana. 2018 was the first year. Levittown, Puerto Rico was the champion with Seoul, South Korea as the runner-up. Then in 2019, Team Southern Illinois beat Brownsville, Texas for the championship. COVID year, 2020, there was no tournament. 2021, the Marion team won the first of two in a row. They beat Brownsville, Texas in 21. They beat Covina, California in 22. Then Southern Illinois won it in 23 over Youngstown, Ohio. 2024 saw Monterrey, Mexico crown the champion over Prague, Czech Republic. And then last year it was Palmview, Texas over Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. They made it back this year, but they were eliminated. Puerto Rico was. So Marion, since the move has moved to Marion for the Colt World Series, a host area team has won 4 of the 7 tournaments that have been played here. So Marion, leadoff hitter, Boyd, high chopper toward third, and he legs out the base hit to start things here in the top of the 6th inning for Marion. That's going to bring up the top of the order. Dax Randolph, Jack Dodson. If they get on, then Hayden Lang.
The shortstop, number 3.
Randolph tonight, flown out to left, grounded out, singled and scored in the 4th. Scored the first of 3 runs there in the 4th inning. As the runner, Boyd, takes off for second, he's in there safely. Stolen pace for Boyd. This Marion team, they will run at every given opportunity. Six to 2 is our score. That's lifted down the line, and it is curling foul. Not by much. Mine, as the kids want that ball because that's ice cream. You take that baseball to the first base dugout, they give you a token, and you can take it to Culver's, and a lot of ice cream has been given away for Culver's here during the course of the last 5 days. So Randolph lined that one foul. Looking at an 0-2 pitch, taken low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeremiah Perez, the pitcher, turns, throws back toward second, toward Boyd. He's back easily. So within probably about the next 30 minutes, we'll see if Marion is crowned champion or if New York makes a comeback, and they are completely capable of doing so. Here's the pitch. There's the strike. 79 from Jeremiah Perez. And that was a strikeout. I lost track.
Now batting right fielder, number 12, Jack Dodson.
So Randolph strikes out for out number 1. And that's Jack Dodson at the plate. Dodson singled, walked and scored, reached on an error, and scored in the 4th. And he bats here with a runner at second, and a balk is called on Jeremiah Perez. And that is going to move Boyd up to third. I don't believe Jeremiah came set completely. So the runner at third now. Perez from the stretch. The pitch. Line toward right. Base hit. RBI for Jack Dodson as Boyd scores from third. Marion now leads at 7-2. And Hayden Lang comes to the plate. Lang batting here with one out. Hayden has walked. Runner, as the ball goes to the backstop. Dodson winds up at second. As Cuevas wasn't able to get a glove on that pitch at all. And he actually apologizes to home plate umpire John Massengale. Those umpires count on those catchers to protect them. Sometimes they get through, and sometimes the catcher will apologize. I missed that. My bad. So Lang walked and was stranded in the first, singled and reached third on an error. He later scored. That was the first run of the game for Marion. This is fouled down the right field line, giving chase and reaching up, making the catch. Yes! Oh my goodness. What a catch by De'Ari Beaudry. He did not give up on that fly ball. And that was an outstanding play by Beaudry as he gave chase. And that is out number 2. Dodson does advance. That was such a great hustle play by first baseman Beaudry to stay with it. He wound up hitting the wall right there, and he hit the turf, but he made the catch, and that was just a great play. So now it's going to be Cruz Kester that comes to the plate. Kester is popped out to right, flown out to center, grounded out to third, or walked, excuse me. And now with Dodson, the runner, at third, an RBI opportunity for Cruz as he bats from the right side. Pitch from Perez, strike. 78 from Jeremiah Perez. Perez looks in. That catches the corner for a strike. 0-2. Seven runs on 10 hits for Marion, 1 error. 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors committed by Bronx, New York here tonight. And the errors have really hurt them. Not any breeze blowing here on this Tuesday night in Southern Illinois, the final game of this 2026 Colt League World Series. That pitch taken up high. They appeal, no swing. So Kester out of Benton, Illinois, right up the interstate, about 13 miles or so. Batting here. That one's away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So with the runner at third base, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Up high, comes to the backstop. Here comes the runner home, and he is going to be safe. As Cuevas got to the ball, threw it back to Perez. But Dodson gets under the tag. And now it is 8-2 Marion. Perez caught the ball, but Dodson got the hand on the plate before the tag, and Perez taking a little stroll before he gets back up on the bump. And now his catcher Cuevas wants to check on him. Perez says, I'm good. Here we go. 8-2. Marion scored 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and they have scored 2 here in the sixth. That pitch taken inside and actually hit Kester. So the hit by pitch for Cruz Kester.
The third baseman, number 5, Hayden Harris.
Got him on the left elbow. And now it's Hayden Harris that comes to the plate. Actually, it was the walk, was not a hit by pitch. So Kester the runner at first. Hayden Harris the batter. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Jeremiah Perez. Throw down behind the runner. He's hit back in with a heads first slide. Outfield is Anthony Basilio, Tommy Polino in center, Matthew Laura in right. Rogerline Polino is at third, Rodani Vasquez at short, Janil Rojas is at second, Diary Badre at first, Brian Cuevas the catcher. That pitch is off the plate for a walk. And I think we're going to have a pitching change for Bronx, New York. We'll have the details for you coming up here in moments at the 2026 Colt League World Series. Austin Moore is the pinch hitter for Marion. He's hitting in Atkinson's place. Jeremiah Perez stays at the plate as the pitchers. They throw behind the runner at second in Kester, and he gets back. Correction, that's the courtesy runner, Norman. So 2 aboard. Harris the runner at first. They throw back at Norman once again at second. So 8 runs for Marion, 10 hits. 2 runs for the Bronx, 5 hits. New York's going to have 2 more opportunities. They're the home team in this game. They'll bat in the bottom of the 6th and the 7th. That's in there for a strike from Perez. Outfield is deep, straight away. Austin Moore. More for Marion. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. And that's jump foul. Down the left field line. So after 5 days of baseball, this is game number 20 of the tournament as Moore picks up the walk. And that is going to be it for Jeremiah Perez. As his head coach, Jeffrey Gutierrez, makes his way out to the mound. We are going to have a change here as Perez flips the ball to his manager. We'll have all the details coming up here at the 2026 Colt League World Series. So new pitcher for Bronx, New York. Adrian Contreras coming on in relief of Jeremiah Perez. 4th pitcher used tonight by New York. Beaudre, Rogerline Polino, Jeremiah Perez, and now Adrian Contreras. Defensively, Anthony Basilio in left. Tommy Paulino in center. Matthew Lara in right. Rogerline Polino is at third. Rodani Vasquez at short. Janil Rojas is at second. Thierry Baudre is at first. Cuevas continues to catch. Brian Cuevas. And now it's Adrian Contreras on the mound. 2 balls and no strikes. Gabe Hauser is the batter. Hauser flown out to center 2 times, and that pitch is low. 3-0 from Adrian Contreras. 2 on. This is the 7th batter of the inning for Marion. Started with Landon Boyd. He scored on a single. Dax Randolph struck out. Jack Dodson singled. He later scored. Hayden Lang popped out on a great play by first baseman Baudre. Then a Base on balls to Kester. A walk to Harris. A walk to Austin Moore. And that's where we're at with the bases loaded. And Gabe Hauser lifts this toward left. Basilio comes in. Shortstop goes out. That's Vasquez. It makes the catch for the third out. F6 in left. Shallow left field. And we are going to head to the bottom of the sixth here. Marion in control, 8-2. Marion scored 2 runs in the top of the sixth. Bronx coming to the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. So it's going to be Rogerline Polino, Anthony Basilio, and then Yanil Rojas. If anybody gets on, Matthew Laura. 8 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for Marion. 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors by this Bronx, New York squad. So they're down to their final 6 outs. They got to get something going, and this is driven in the air towards center field. Going back on it is Landon Boyd, who camps under it and makes the catch. Out number 1 here, bottom of the 6th inning. Now Anthony Basilio. Basilio reached on a fielder's choice and scored the 2nd run for the Bronx. He singled in the 4th and is batting here against Fisher Watts. Outfield straight away. Watts pitch taken high for ball 2, 2-0. That catches the corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Coming up after the game, it'll be the awards presentation ceremony that will take place right here on the infield at Mountain Dew Park. The runner-up will receive their pony banner. And the champion will receive their medals. 3 balls and 1 strike. That is taken for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let me give credit where credit is due. This tournament is, and there's not a tournament where there's never any problems. You're kind of firefighting the entire time, whether it's weather, whether it's, situations on the field, things of that nature. There's always something going on. And Steve Miller, as that ball was foul out of play, has been with Pony Baseball forever. And he runs this tournament, and he has a great staff. Rachel Stroud, who helps. I can't even name them all. There are so many people that make this tournament happen, and I just want you to know I appreciate it. And I know that back at headquarters, they appreciate it as Basilio picks up the walk. It takes a lot of people and a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of patience to pull off a tournament of this magnitude. As the throw gets away from first baseman Moore, Austin Moore. But don't think people really truly realize the gem that we have here and have had since 2018 with this Colt League World Series. And it is a lot of fun. And I just want to say thank you to them for everything that they do. And Steve is a sweetheart of a man and a good friend, and they deserve some credit here. Here's the pitch. Foul out of play. But we'll have the post-game ceremonies coming up for you as soon as this game is completed. And right now it's all Marion. A 6-run lead, 8-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They throw over to check the runner. In Basilio. That's in the dirt as Basilio takes off for second. Ball winds up out. Good backup out there by Hill is playing second now. We've got a lot of defensive changes. Lang is still in left. Boyd is in center. Dodson stays in right. Hayden Harris is at third. Randolph is at short. Now we have Kyton Hill. Sorry I didn't pick that up earlier. Austin Moore is at first. Watts remains pitching. Hauser continues to catch. Those are the changes, and we are up to date. 8 runs. 8-2, our score. That's lifted toward left, base hit. It's going to drop in front of Hayden Lang. As Basilio takes third. And so a walk and now a single by the Bronx. Rojas. And Matthew Laura comes to the plate.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 99, Matthew Laura.
Laura hits from the left side. Runners at the corners. Bronx are averaging about 4 runs a ball game. Nice play at short to get the force. How about Dax Randolph? As they get Rojas at second. 6-4 on the putout. The run does score from third in Basilio. So 2 down. 8-3 is our score. Fielder's choice for Matthew Lauren. That's going to bring up Tommy Polino. Polino has struck out twice. Excuse me, pinch hitter Gutierrez. Is that right? Yep, Adrian Gutierrez. As he bats here in the 6th. And that's a strikeout. Fisher Watts gets the third out via the strikeout. New York scores 1 run here in the 6th. 8-3 is our score as we head to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th inning. Marion coming to the plates. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Marion leads this game 8-3.
Now pitching for the Bronx, New York. Number 2, Felix.
New pitcher. Felix Amadez is the new pitcher for the Bronx. Amadez on to relieve Adrian Contreras. So it's going to be Hill that leads off, Kyton Hill.
Now batting. And leading off. Top half of the 7th inning for Team Marion.
So Kyton Hill, who came on to take over for Abram Tarleton, will lead things off here in the top of the 7th inning. Marion scored 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. They scored 2 in the 6th. For their 8 runs, Bronx scored 2 in the 2nd. They scored 1 there in the bottom of the 6th. 8-3 is our score. And Kyton Hill is hit by a pitch to start things off. The first pitch from Felix Amadez. And now, coming to the plate, So for Marion, Vance Burford, he's hitting for Boyd. Here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Excuse me, top of the seventh inning. Hit toward short, could be two. Flip to second for one, bounce over. Oh, Burford outran that one. Fielder's choice for Burford as he reaches. 6-4 on the putout for out number one. Top of the order we go.
Pitch hitting for Team Marion. Number 13, Max Davidson.
Max Davidson hitting for Dax Randolph. Davidson out of Harrisburg. He hits here in the top of the seventh. So Coach Jason Varner able to get to his bench, get them some action. They can all say they played in a Colt World Series championship game. And a balk is called on Amadez. And Burford heads down to second. So this is the 20th game of this Colt World Series. It started 9 a.m. Friday. And a swing and a miss for Max Davidson. I think the Pony staff earlier was talking about this Mountain Dew Park staff. And Jackson Wiseman, the general manager. Ralph Santana. And everybody that works here for Mountain Dew Park. And here's the thing. The Throwville Throwbillies who play in the Prospect League, and this is their home field. They wrapped up their season this past Saturday night. They didn't make the playoffs. Fly ball lifted towards center. Paulino gets it. The runner at second had taken off and has to double back, and a good job by Burford to get back. But there's a lot of people that make things happen here at the ballpark. And as the PA announcer for the Throwbillies and having the opportunity to work with everyone in the production box, it's been just an absolute thrill this year. And Ian, everybody upstairs. So many people that make it possible to do these games, and they're the behind the scenes people that you may see them, you just don't understand everything that they do, and they do everything from getting the stadium ready to video, audio, replay, scoreboard. And they do it virtually to perfection every game. And I appreciate Saturday night, didn't really get to say goodbye to all of them. Some have taken off for school, as most of them are college kids, but some have stuck around here tonight. We'll get to wrap things up here as we progress over the course of the next 30 minutes or so. Amadis gets the corner with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burford, the runner at third. With 2 down. Here's the pitch from Felix Amadis. Way behind. Here comes Burford. He's going to score from third on the pass ball. The wild pitch, excuse me. So New York scored that 1 run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Marion gets it right back here in the top of the 7th. And it's 9-3. walk is issued here to Jack Dodson. So Hayden Lang has had a good night. He's walked, he singled, and actually wound up at third on an error. He's doubled with an RBI, and he's popped out to first baseman Beaudre, who made a fantastic catch over against the wall in foul territory. So Hayden Lang looks at one away. Runner takes off for second. Gets in standing up in Dodson. .25 Central Time, as these fans have stuck around here tonight. 2 balls and no strikes. Felix Amatis, the left-hander. It's taken low, 3-0. Here's Amati's pitch. That's a walk to Hayden Lang.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 10, Ashton Norman.
So Ashton Norman will be hitting. He took over for Kester. Bats here in the 7th. And Felix Amatis, all of the infielders came together after that walk to Lang, with runners at first and second. There's a strike. Ashton Norman from Marion. Back up the middle, gloved, bobbled, and it's going to be an E4. Everybody is going to be safe as Dodson widens up at third, Lang at second, and now Ashton Norman reaches on the E4. And now
For Team Marion, number 8, Noah Gentry.
Noah Deathridge, rather. Deathridge from Marion. He played his summer ball with the Marion Legion squad. Bats from the right side, bases loaded here with 2 outs. Felix Amatis. There's a strike for Amatis. That's driven toward the gap in right, and it's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. As Dodson comes in from third. Lang makes the turn and comes home from second. Ashton Norman, he glides into third, and Noah Deathridge, 2 RBIs.
Now batting, number 2, Austin Moore.
And now Austin Moore. Back to the production crew, too. Here's the other thing that I enjoy about our crew that we have here and we had this summer. I'm the old man. But we laugh and have a great time while we're doing games. They're long days, they're long nights, and you got to like the people you're working with, and that is definitely the case here with the staff at Mountain Dew Park. So thank you to them. And runner comes in as the ball is thrown away, trying to check the runner at first. It winds up over at the backstop. So Deathridge is at second, and Norman scored from third. So that's the 4th run, and 12-3 is our score here. Marion has played a very good game tonight. But I think the luck on New York had kind of run out. And again, if we talked about it a couple of times, especially at the top of the game, New York came into this tournament as a replacement team for the Asia Zone champion. And it was a team out of Japan, but they couldn't get all of their players here with some travel document issues. And so they didn't make the trip. And Colt World Series put this Bronx, New York team in there. They had nothing to lose to come into this tournament. And they played good ball. They beat Simi Valley 5-4 in game 1. But they had to play the Southern Illinois squad the next 3 games just to get to this championship game. They won 3-2. They lost 4-3. They won 2-1 this afternoon to advance to this championship game. And that Southern Illinois squad was tough. It was a good ball team. And that's just how the bracket broke out, where they had to play 3 times. That's foul. But this team from Bronx, New York, of course, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. To some, that may be baseball heaven right there. Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and oh my gosh, the history of that area. Unbelievable. And these kids play right there. And they've been fun to watch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Moore at the plate. He is the 8th hitter of the inning for Marion. The pitch from Felix Amatis. Driven down the line to left, foul. Boy, he got all of that. It probably would have hit off the wall if it was in play. It probably would hit about off the base of the wall as he hit that 279.5 feet, but it went foul. As Moore turned on that one. Can he turn on another one? The 3-2. He does and rips it foul. That one 199. So everybody resets. Austin Moore getting some BP hacks here. He gets back in. 3-2 from Amatis. Swing and a miss. Amatis gets more swinging. Out number 3. And now the final 3 outs for this Bronx, New York team as they trail heading to the bottom of the 7th at the Colt League World Series, 12-3. Bottom of the 9th inning, a new pitcher for Marion to close out this Colt League World Series, and it is going to be Abram Charlton. Charlton out of Marion takes the mound in relief of Fisher Watts. And now we have pinch hitters. Number 14 will be Miguel Espinal. And he puts that in play towards short. Flip it over for the out. One down. As it goes. 6-3 on the putout. And we got a pinch hitter for Brian Cuevas. Panette's batting. That's Derek Panette. He's done some pinch or courtesy running earlier, but he bats for the catcher, Brian Cuevas. One ball, one strike with one out. Nobody aboard here. Bottom of the 7th inning. $12-3 is our score here with one down. Abram Charlton steps off. Panette steps out. That's lifted infield, right side. Austin Moore takes control, makes the catch, out number 2. 2 down.
Now batting, number 25, Wesley Disla.
And now batting, Wesley Disla. With 2 down here in the 7th inning. The fans on their feet. That's a strike. Marion, who won the championship 2021 and 22, another strike. 1 out away from winning the championship in 2026. The pitch, swing and a miss. Marion is your 2026 Colt League World Series. They win it 12-3. The Marion team, who were champions in 21 and 22, do it here in 26. And they were outstanding as they win it 12-3, the final score. We're going to have post-game ceremonies taking place. We'll have them here on the YouTube live stream. And so, Marion is your 2026 Colt League World Series champion. Had a broadcast partner all week long, all weekend. Sam Goldberg, he was down doing the hosting on the field. It was a pleasure to call some games with Sammy. And again, thank you to Steve Miller and the staff for Pony Baseball and the Colt World Series. Thanks to our production staff, everybody associated here with Mountain Dew Park in Marion. It's been a pleasure. The 8th year, the Colt World Series here in Marion, and Marion wins the championship tonight, 12-3. Stay tuned. We're going to have the championship ceremonies here on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching all week long. God bless everybody. I'm Dave McKenzie for Colt World Series. Good night.
Sports is proud to award Owen Cougar of Team Southern Illinois with the Pony Baseball and Softball ERA Championship. He had a 0.00 ERA for the 2026 Colt World Series Tournament. Recorded 27 outs. Congratulations, Owen. Wilson Sports is proud to award Connor Barwick from Team California with the Pony Baseball and Softball Batting Championship. Connor Barwick had 833 pitch. Let's do this again. Eastern Sporting Goods is proud to award Owen Cougar of Team Southern Illinois with the Pony Baseball and Softball ERA Championship Award. He had a 0.00 ERA for the 2026 Colt World Series, recorded 27 outs. Congratulations, Owen. Stolen base. Now stolen base. Rogers breakaway base is proud to award Jack Dodson of Team Marion with the Pony Baseball and Softball Stolen Base Award. He had 10 stolen bases for the 2026 Colt World Series Tournament. Congratulations, Jack. Let's give our award winners a big round of applause. Today's medals will be presented by Pony Baseball and Softball International Board members and field directors. We would like to thank the team from the Bronx, New York for being a part of the 2026 Pony and Colt World Series. We will recognize the players and coaches by name as they receive their medal. Manager Kelvin Gutierrez. Juan Gutierrez. Number 8, Derek Cadet. Number 29, Isaias Rubio. Number 25, Wesley Dislav. Number 18, Adrian Contreras. Number 2, Felix Amadez. Number 14, Miguel Espinal. Number 7, Janiel Rojas. Number 24, Jahanley Rodriguez. Number 99, Matthew Lara. Number 10, Roldani Vasquez. Number 9, Brian Cuevas. Number 38, Jeremias Perez. Number 21, Didi Bodre. Number 23, Rosaline Paulino. Number 27, Anthony Basilio. Number 15, Yidri Suarez. Number 48, Darbrick De Jesus. And number 6, Tommy Paulino. The 2026 Colt World Series runner-ups from the Bronx, New York. All right, fans, I'm going to send it down to Sam for a brief interview.
Coach, congratulations on winning the Colt World Series overall. How you feeling? Tell me, describe to me the moment that the last hour was recorded. How you feeling for yourself and then this group of guys that you have around you?
Well, I really love this team. I can't believe we just got together 3 weeks ago because they act like they've played together forever. So much chemistry that they like each other. They give each other a hard time, you know. The moment it happened, I've coached with my good friend Jeff Tarleton for a long time, and I was really happy to share that moment with him and look out there and see all these kids stockpiling. Really special moment. I'll never forget it.
Building this team, what were the qualifications in terms of making this team, and ultimately how did it all come together so quickly for you, and then being able to be on the field here and develop that chemistry together? Tell me how it came all together so quickly.
The qualifications were be a stud and have a nice family that will get along and care about everybody and not worry about who's pitching, who's playing first base, who's back cleanup. No issues at all with the kids or the families. It's just incredible how quickly not only they gelled, but how quickly these folks gelled. It was the best experience I could not have asked
touching on here for the families here, what do you have to say to these fantastic families that came out to support the players today?
Well, these guys, and most of these folks are family probably, they're still here, but there's also a lot of fans. So thankful for the energy that they brought. I'm so thankful that they raised great kids, unbelievable kids, competitors, but you know, they're still gentlemen, and that's how it's supposed to work in youth athletics, and it was a perfect mix. I just love these guys. I love those guys.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Mr. Congratulations, the player of the game. Overall, what was your game plan to attack the hitters from the Bronx, New York?
Just put it in the zone and make them hit out and have good defense. So, yeah, just make them put it in play and get out as quick.
Was there a specific moment in the game in which you thought, you know, you were just in a zone and you were just finding a groove out there? Was there a specific moment in the game when you just knew that you had control of the game?
Yeah, especially when we got up big, I knew that there was no way we were going to lose that game. So, yeah, I was just trying to get outs, and yeah, I knew there was no way we could lose.
And finally, how does it feel to win the Colt World Series after being around these guys not for long? How does it feel?
It was amazing. You can't really describe it.
Fantastic. Congratulations, player of the game. Kenny, back up to you.
All right, fans, it's time to award the 2026 Colt World Series champions to Team Marion of Southern Marion, Illinois. Manager Jason Varner. Coach Jeff Tarleton. Business Manager Will the Thrill Gibbs. Number 27, Vance Burford. Number 21, Cale Anderson. Number 13, Max Davidson. Number 10, Ashton Norman. Number 9, Kite Hill. Number 8, Noah Deathridge. Number 2, Austin Moore. And number 1, Fisher Watts. Number 3, Dax Randolph. Number 12, Jack Dodson. Number 20, Hayden Lang. Number 33, Cruz Custer. Number 5, Hayden Harris. Number 7, Ethan Atchison. Number 14, Gabe Hauser. Number 39, Abram Tarleton. Number 4, Landon Boyd. And number 18, Braden Bethel. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Colt World Series champions, Marion, Illinois.